Hello.
Roll 20 though.
Welcome back. It's
Oh,
Panic
there
at
goes
the
Joe.
Dice Roll. What? What'd you say?
There goes Joe. Oh, there she is.
Oh, it's
Kind of spooky.
Shrouded.
Joe.
shadow.
Or rewrite, take two. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
You're backlit.
Oh, start from the top? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Panic at the Dice Roll. I am your DM, Tanner, and these are my friends and players, Curtis.
Hi. I play a pile of ash currently.
Does that Ash have a name?
That ash wasn't called Calder Soulblade. Good God, Og.
He knows he's the last in line. Let's see if he can eat the whole sandwich before I call his name. Keely.
Hi, I'm Keely. I play Floof. I play Floof, who is not dead, notably.
Yeah, I mean, 2/5 of the party can claim that.
Exactly.
Travis.
Hi, I'm Travis Gingrich. I play Elliot Montgomery. Monty fact for this week is that his background and culture is based off of someone from rural Kentucky. Did you guys know Kentucky is the only state that begins with a K?
Isn't that just cool with a K?
I actually didn't know that.
God, I'm so upset that I have to wait 2 weeks for this next fact.
It's because it's not true, guys.
Also, I see Jason is hanging out.
Kentucky is not the only state that starts with a K. And I'm not going to say the other one because I'm not going to... Oh, damn it.
Kansas dick fit in your mouth? Yeah!
Wait, what?
No, no.
I didn't know.
Hey, Tanner, start over.
Okay.
Just do
Joe.
it again.
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Baka Wild Speaker, and I knew there was something funky about that ring, which is why I stayed out of any potential blast zones.
This one, the one that Travis just set up, or the one from last session? Gosh. Joe. Who do you play? Did you say your name, your character's name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm still distracted. And finally, there is Og, who is powering his way through a triple-decker club sandwich.
I'm all gonna play Sheltari.
So you can.
I also died again.
Is that 3 or just 2? 3?
Two.
2 on screen. 3
Well,
total.
No, the first
Oh.
off screen was near death. They were saved
near death,
from
okay.
dying. I believe both Calder and Shaltari are tied right now with 2 deaths apiece.
Too legit to not live.
But anyway, you can follow us on Twitter at D20Panic, and you can check out our past episodes on YouTube, also at D20Panic. All the sound effects are brought to you by Syrinscape at Syrinscape.com, because fantastic adventures deserve fantastic sounds. Our theme song is Sunless Road, written by me, and our character art was created by Keely. We also have a bunch of fan art in our break art reel. It's all fantastic. If you want to submit some, just message us and we'll get it added. Next week, we will not be playing. There is a music festival that a portion of us will be at, so no game next week, but we'll be back on the 15th, hopefully. So, last session. So aside from the fiery conclusion, there was a bit of fiery stuff in the middle too, where the party returned to Termalaine, to Hiln's house, to discover the kind of the sad scene that had been left there. As we all know now that Calder had been charmed to carry out the punishments deemed justified by Levistus, and one of those victims was Hiln, his last victim. As you guys returned to Termalaine, you found Hiln's body in their home, and you prepared her body and took it out into the timber nearby and built a funeral pyre and said your goodbyes. Also in Hiln's house, you discovered some notes that she had had in her desk about some happenings in Icewind Dale that might give you guys a bit of a lead into what's going on with this eternal winter. And one of those locations was this place called the Black Cabin, not too far north of Termalaine. So you guys decided to go there and seeking out a kind of a scientist and arcanist who had been working on some kind of device that might be able to end the winter. Upon arriving, you found that the cabin was in pretty bad shape. You talked to some squirrels. One
Well.
gave you an ominous warning.
Well,
But anyway, you found the remains of the scientist who's burned to a crisp and a magical device in his palm. As Monty picked up the device, it burst with arcane radiant energy, dealing 91 points of radiant damage and frying Calder, Shaltari, and Montgomery to a crisp, leaving them dead on the floor. With only
He's
Floof,
fine.
with only Floof and Vodka remaining.
but the question is, Vaca, if I remember correctly, got blasted out of the room, right?
No, Vodka had poked their head out the window
Okay.
to try to figure out where Floof was, Floof was sitting on the boardwalk that kind of circles the backside of the cabin where they had fallen into the snow. And as Vodka poked their head out, telling Floof to get back inside before they fall again, a large explosion happened next to them. And as Vodka turns around, she just sees the 3 smoldering corpses of her friends.
So there are bones.
Yes, there are remains. There are 3 kind of charred skeletons.
You could say smoking bones.
Yes, smoking bones.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is that? Big sound. I get up. Baka.
Vaca pokes her head back in after the very hot blast of radiant damage and sees the ring on the floor, and surrounding that ring is the corpses and char and ash of her 3 companions. To which, knowing their inquisitive nature, Vaca is going to find Floof so that they don't touch anything.
I'm still outside.
So you kind of walk past this scene and find Floof
Yes.
sitting out on the balcony.
Is it a door or window? Yeah. So she'll come out the window that she went in, probably scaling against the wall to see Floof. And will look very disheveled, probably has some type of heat rash on her face. Or
Oh,
at the
oh
back.
good. Is okay. I pat you.
No, it's... And Vaca will, like, touch her head and just try to figure out what the hell just happened.
Oh. It's hurt. You?
Stay here, Floof. Oh.
Okay.
And she will look around for something, anything, and because trying to think of how to get the ring away. And I will pat Floof's head and say, "Stay here," and not
Okay.
sure how to tell Floof that their friends just got incinerated.
Okay, I
She will
watch.
just say,
I
"Don't
watch out.
look."
Yes, I watch out.
Yes. You watch out.
Wait, not look out?
No, you look out.
Okay.
Don't look in here.
Okay, I got you guys. Sit down.
All right,
And
so
Flacco will sit on the window just like with her hood in her hands. Because now she is alone once again with Floof in the wilderness and in danger.
okay, so as Floof kind of takes a look out, not really knowing what had happened inside, and Vodka kind of blocks the window by sitting on the sill and just kind of surveying what had just occurred. Let's throw it over to the dead. So, give me a quick second here to switch the ambiance.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it. So, the three of you, the blast happened immediately. There was really little warning and little time to register what had happened to you. There was a shock of it all. But as you kind of look around yourselves, you see that you're still in the cabin. However, it's a little different. The colors here are a little muted. You can see kind of wisps of what looks to be like smoke or fog kind of rolling through the open windows. You can see Vodka sitting on the ledge of the window, kind of staring in at you. And as you look around, you can see that there are 3 more smoldering corpses at your feet, along with the one that was already there. You also can see that if you look hard enough at the walls, you can almost see through them, like they're transparent. And as you look at each other, you might be surprised at what you see. Now, I've spoken to each of you between the sessions. Can you guys describe what you look like here in your ghostly state? We'll go ahead and start with Calder.
Okay. I wrote something down to help figure out what I was going to say. Okay. So, standing before you guys, you see like this skeleton that's draped in the mantle of a white dire wolf. The head is obviously the hood, and it goes around the shoulders and kind of just drapes down tattered. The mouth of the dire wolf slowly bleeds, and the blood cascades down onto the skull of the skeleton. And from the mouth of the skeleton sprouts vines of wildflowers that creep around the bones like sinew to muscle. And it creeps into the mantle of the dire wolf itself. The chest area from where like the clasp of the mantle is deer antlers that kind of, well, deer and elk antlers that kind of interlace with each other and kind of go around the shoulders. Inside of the rib cage of the skeleton, you see there's various different animal skulls and some humanoid skulls as this smoky fog pours out of them, kind of obscuring the bottom of the skeleton. And where the footsteps are of the skeleton is blooming flowers that smell of spring thaw. And on the left shoulder sits a crow that speaks in raspy common, and on the right shoulder an arctic dove that speaks this airy elvish, and they both, when they speak at the same time. So that's what you see.
All right, Shaltari,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Sorry, did I go
describe-
over?
Curtis is a metal album. That's all
I'm
I got.
sorry.
From it.
Did I go too ham?
Can I go last? I gotta change some stuff real quick. Hold on.
Was your description exactly the same, word for word?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Oh my god, did we wear the same outfit to the border
Oh my
ethereal?
god!
Well, one of us is gonna have to go back and change.
I guess. Jesus, I see that standing in front of me. But you appear much taller now. If you were to look at each other for a second, you might think that there were only two of you. Then you look down. And you see a child-sized Yeti. Nothing remarkable, just a small Yeti, except for the dark void in the center of its chest. Not like a gristly, ripped out hole, gaping hole, just a little nothingness in the center of the chest. Looking up at whatever else is standing next to me with big, frightened child eyes.
And in
All
fact,
right.
they're met with very big, dark child's eyes, as Montgomery appears as a very scrawny 12-year-old, dressed as a little miner boy, just covered in soot. His eyes, however, are a little too large for human or even elven, and they are pitch black. And as you meet his gaze, Shaltari, it seems like they're tunnels just into darkness that you can see. The longer you look into them, there's things moving in there. Shapes and silhouettes of people and things that are definitely not people.
As you guys kind of look around and take in the image of each other, you realize that you're not alone. In fact, there is a fourth there with you, kind of floating in the center of the room. You see a large floating head. It's this giant floating spectral head, which has low burning flames in its eyes. And as you kind of look at each other and look over at it, he just goes, "So it appears the charred remains of my material self was not a good enough warning for you."
I immediately run to Vaka.
As you run to Vaka, what do you do as you run to Vaka?
I try to hide behind her.
So you realize that as you move towards Vaka, you pass through Vaka. And Vaka, as this happens, you feel kind of a brush of wind pass you in the material plane coming from within the house. And as you step behind or through Vaka to get behind Vaka, Shaltari, you see Floof kind of sitting there on the balcony, just legs over the side, kicking them in the air, not aware of what had happened behind them.
I'm actually casually like singing the old Bitey song to myself.
Oh,
Oh man. So I just feel like this little gust, this thigh-high gust of wind around my legs, and Vaka will kind of lean forward and exhale, probably deep enough to move some of the ash that is around her would-be companions. And she will ball her fists up really tight around her face. I knew it was bad. I should have never let them near this blasted thing. And one little tiny tear will fall from Vaka's eye.
Let them, or specifically command one of them to touch it. Oh.
Listen, that's not how we're remembering it.
That's how I'm remembering
Hey,
it. I'm
history's
gonna
written
haunt
by the
you. I'm gonna haunt you
survivors.
so bad.
History's written by the survivors, Monty.
Mm.
So, what do the other two spirits do?
Monty's just like after he sees the little Yeti run away, he's like shaking, like getting a frame of reference for how big that Yeti is compared to Vaca. He realizes how small he is, and he's looking at his body. And he looks up. Kauda, is that you?
I think so. You just hear like a raspy breath followed by like the accent of Elvish behind it from the two birds on the
Just
shoulder.
imagining this cute little prepubescent Montgomery voice like, Calder, is that you?
Yeah, that's
All sniffly, probably got boogers. I love it. Okay, shutting up.
I think so. No, he's sort of he's looking at his hands, and you see he's like trying to focus and like clenching his body, and he just starts like cussing underneath his breath. Uh, after a second, he's like, Carter, you do not see this. You hear me?
They see you as a little boy.
Yeah, no, you're gonna forget this shit. If we somehow get out, or hell, couldn't I have just gone to hell? Hell would have been better. Fucking hell.
Where are we?
Excuse me, I understand that death can be unsettling, but if you're here, you might be able to help. The head says behind you guys.
No, death ain't unsettling. Death is death, and you die and you're dead. This is... It just ain't natural.
I
Daughter,
can
can you
guarantee
kill-
you the
can you kill
border
me for good?
ethereal is quite natural.
The border, what?
The border ethereal. Where you currently stand. That sliver of plane between the material and the deep ethereal. You know, out there. And he kind of turns his head through the window. You can see about 30 feet beyond where the cabin is. It just becomes cloud. And you can see what looks like chunks of the earth itself are kind of floating away.
So is this just like a checkpoint to the afterlife? Or...
To be quite honest with you, why this particular point of Icewind Dale is touching the border ethereal, I'm not quite certain. But in my time here, my observation, it seems, well, something is going on.
Have you seen others here?
No spirits have wandered this way. And I've been trapped here, trying to finish my work without hands to do it. It's actually quite lucky that a few of your friends were smart enough to stay away.
What was that you were working on?
That, my friend, is my masterpiece. The Summer Star. Harnessing the power of Lathander himself. With it, I was hoping, nay, knew I could control the weather and end this insufferable winter. But, I don't know, some of those parts I must have bought in town were faulty, of course, and my genius got me killed.
What do we know of Lythander?
And he's on
Uh,
my shit list now. That makes 3 gods.
You would know that Lathander is the Morning Lord. He is one of the major figures in the Faerun pantheon.
One might even mistake him for Pelor.
But like any, yeah, sure. But like, yeah, titles are confusing.
Yeah.
But like specifics. I mean, is there any like, I don't know, any? Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. Like specific knowledge that I might know that might pertain to this situation, or not really.
I mean, beyond like who he is,
Okay.
I can't think of anything specific that you would need to know.
I run out of the cabin. And
As you run out of the cabin and you realize that you can only move about 30 feet per round, and you're kind of hovering.
Oh.
And as you reach the stairs, you don't descend them, you just keep moving on the same plane.
Well, I run out through the door and I immediately try to hover over to Floof.
The floating head says, "You might want to stop your friend. If he runs to the edge of this small pocket of the border, he might fall into the deep ethereal."
How many
Shots
layers
are
are there
right.
to this place?
Well, from the border, so you have the material plane, the border ethereal, which is basically like the great doorway into the deep ethereal. Into the deep ethereal, you can access, well, any of the upper planes, or lower planes if you know where you're going. But that's the key. You have to know where you're going. You understand the ethereal plane is infinite in time and space. It is a manifestation of all possible thought and material. Beyond that haze, and he points out to, or he can't point, he just kind of nods, is the deep ethereal. To wander there recklessly is to get lost in time.
Does
Calder will make his way out the door. Shaltari, please don't go. Wait.
by chance, DM, does the wisp have any sort of sense of the border ethereal plane?
No.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna find out. When I went to hide behind Floof, when I went through Vaca, I'm going to try and reach into Floof's chest.
Okay. So, let's see.
I think Floof just gives a big shiver.
Yeah, Floof, you would just kind of feel a breeze and a coldness. If you try to interact, so as a spirit, you can try to interact with things in the material plane. It just takes, you have to make a successful DC 10 charisma check.
When I went to as if I was trying to grab Floof, but then my hand just passes through. And
Go ahead and make
is
a
there
make a
anything-
charisma check. Make a DC 10 charisma check. With a success, you'll be able to exert enough physical energy that something more would happen. So yeah, as you go to reach your hand into
Check or
Floof,
save.
a
Check or
check,
save.
a check, just a normal charisma check.
That's only plus.
You still got it,
Okay, cool.
right?
Yeah.
Plus-
11.
Bonus is only 2.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Floof, you feel like something kind of grab, like somebody runs their hand across your back.
Oh, what? I look in down at my heart, and I'm like, what is it?
So the voice in your chest just says, she's not telling you something.
Baka?
Muted, Joe.
Vaka will try to think about what to do, but still is very perplexed around the piles of ash in the room, and will sigh and poke her head out of the window. Floof.
What is the quiet thing?
And I will reach through the window, like with my hands, to help Floof into the room. I have to show you something, Floof.
Okay.
Oh, this is just gonna go terrible.
And I will pet Floof's ears as I pick them off the ground to help them through the window ledge. And I will say that something bad has happened to our friends. And
Bad.
they are... Yes, Floof. Whatever you do, don't touch anything in here. And Vaka will lift Floof up to her chest and turn around into the room where our companions are no longer there.
In a
But-
sense.
It's burned everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And there's skeletons, right?
The first thing that you notice, Floof, is the smell of burning. And then when you look
I think-
around, you can
yeah.
see the burned remains of Monty, Sheltari, and Calder.
I start scrambling, just like feverishly scrambling to get out of Vaka's arms.
Go ahead and make a contested grapple. Athletics for you, Vaka, and I would assume acrobatics or athletics for Floof. All right, nat 20 from
My one fear.
the Floofster.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Roll athletics
Okay.
and see if you can wrangle a scrambling Floof.
No, no.
Yeah, so Floof just like I don't know if you ever tried to hold a cat who like near running water, just bolts from your arms, lands on the ground in front of you and scrambles. Where do you go?
I climb out the window and I just start sprinting away as fast as I can. Out into the forest.
Vaka will look at the charred remains of the party and will jump out the window to try to catch Floof.
As Vaka turns away, Monty's gonna try to speak telepathically with his mind talk thing to her.
Hold on just a second.
But yeah, as Floof jumps away and jumps out the window, I'll call out to them, "No, Floof, come back, come back! It's not safe!"
The Floof knows these woods.
So Monty, as you try to reach out with your abilities that you knew in life, they're not there.
The abilities aren't?
No, you cannot
I just can't make a connection.
No, your abilities, anything that you could have done, all your class features, your racial features, all of it, none of it is there. You are a spirit. looking a little frustrated there.
Yeah, I can't even fucking hunt. Like, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be a good haint, and I'm actually gonna... I need to steal somebody's skin or some shit. I don't know.
Hold on,
Is that
hold
an
on there.
option?
Hold on, young spirit. It's time for some spirit lessons 101.
Love how foul-mouthed little kid Monty is.
Now, as a spirit, you can make ability checks based on dex, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. No other checks. As an action, the spirit can attempt to exert up to 5 pounds of force on a creature or an object no more than 5 feet away. Doing so, they must succeed a DC 10 charisma check. The spirit can use this ability to move tiny objects, write messages, such as on frosty or sooty surfaces, which there are plenty of here. You can operate a simple tool, or tap someone on the shoulder, but the force isn't strong enough to cause any creature harm. You can see other spirits in the border ethereal, including myself and your friends. You can speak to them, and you only know the languages you knew in life. Any questions?
Yeah, so, you know all the soot that was on the ground next to your body? Oh, why wasn't there just like, don't touch this shit, you'll explode?
Who was I going to write messages to? The squirrels?
I don't know.
Ominous.
Do you have any more
I
smart
chase.
ass things to say?
Uh,
As you see, as he gets madder, the flames in his eyes grow brighter.
no. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, you're giving me an idea. Monty's gonna go over and pick up his own skull.
Make a DC 10 charisma check. All right, yeah, you're able to pick up your own skull. As it begins to float in the room behind Vodka as she starts running after Floof.
He's gonna chuck it at the back of her head.
Okay, make another DC 10 charisma check.
Oh my god!
Vodka, as you're
Monty
turning...
is dedicated to haunting the shit.
As you're turning to run after Floof, you feel something hit you in the back of the head.
Imagine Vodka like trying to scramble the window and then getting smacked in the back of the head and like turning around very quickly and seeing a black charred skull rolling across the floor.
Some damn squirrels.
It's very odd.
Monty's gonna try and in the soot right next to where the skull is, right? I ain't dead, you idiot.
All right, it's
Oh
another
my
DC
God.
10 charisma save. Or charisma check, sorry. Jesus, stones over here from Monty. Yeah, so as you look at the soot next to where that skull like stopped rolling, you see the words begin to appear as if someone's writing it with their finger. The spirits of you see Monty like standing over the soot pile with his finger just writing, "I ain't dead," or what did you say?
I ain't dead, you idiot.
"I ain't dead,
What's-
you idiot."
What's the DC of the copyright save there?
The copyright save?
Is that a thing?
Is that something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, is he gonna put a little copyright symbol next to it?
No, no. Yeah,
Trademark it.
yeah.
Gotta sell
Yeah.
that shit on t-shirts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Vodka, you see that message begin to appear in the soot next to the skull.
Okay, I think being with the group long enough, Vodka knows immediately this is Elliot. And we'll kind of look around.
Oh boy.
And it's just fucking gobsmacked that holy shit. That this. And we'll like look closer. And for lack of better understanding, look around the room and say, I have to find Floof. Stay here.
Yeah, you guys can hear that.
And I will go back out the window. And as I am getting out the window, I will turn and look back in and say, "And I'm thumping you when you come back for the skull throw. Floof!" And I will take off to find Floof.
All right, I'm just going to say that Floof, you probably scrambled out to this outhouse and what is it? Half buried in the snow and a stack of discarded. It's like a bunch of firewood, like that's out here in the south of this map.
Yeah, I just hide in the wood pile then for sure.
Okay.
Bury in like a little hole area. Just kind of hide like as if it was the hollow of a tree.
Yeah, and Vaka, very easy to see Floof's tracks in the snow. In fact, your axe beak is kind of standing there, like where Floof is hiding.
Damn it.
Just like being a total narc.
I love Fiask. He makes me so happy.
Where's my
Floof?
cookies?
And I'll like hunker down next to the pile.
I just want to say something real quick. So as you do all that, Monty, the spirit, the giant floating head, just says, "Well, that's using your head there, son."
Boo!
Bad.
Shut up.
Monty does a head-to-head point, except then just like all around.
Yeah, so Vaka will hunker down next to where Floof is hiding with the aid of Fiask to find them. Floof?
No response.
Floof, I know it's scary. But our friends are in there. And they need our help. We promised to protect them, didn't we?
No response.
And I'll kind of shift my position a little bit. If you want to stay out here, it's okay. But I could really use your help. I don't want to leave them in the burning.
After you say that, you just hear Floof start crying softly.
I will look up at the axe beak. Floof. I would feel a lot more braver if you were with me. To make sure our friends are okay. You are the
Not-
bravest of us all, you know.
Not okay.
And I'll like put my hand near the front of the wood pile but not make a move to disturb where they are hiding. I know you're scared. I'm scared too. I won't make you. But I've got you and you've got me, right?
What did fire take you to?
Well, we're not gonna let that happen, are we? Because we're very brave. And we're smarter than Monty.
Monty gone. The fire took them.
But we can get them back if we try.
The Floof's head just pops up a little bit from the woodpile. Oh,
Well, I think we're going to have to ask them to help us too. They're in the other place.
what other place?
Marco is very much feeling the why line of questioning. Well, Floof, I think that when we die, sometimes we have to go to another place first before we can go to the sky. And maybe if we're quick, we can pull them back before they disappear for good.
We can put them out of the fire.
We can get them out of the fire.
Okay, we go fast. They sniff really big and crawl out and start sprinting back up the stairs.
Vaca will follow. Remember, don't touch anything.
In the meantime, Monty's gonna be like, so, speaking of heads, why are you a big head? And why do none of us here look like we do in the real world?
Well, you see, here in the border ethereal, the spirits who manifest here take on an image more closely representative of their selves. I am a giant head because I am obviously the smartest person in the Icewind Dale. There's no other reason. Don't think much on it beyond that.
Yeah.
You are a soot-covered small child because you are a dirty little person who puts their fingers in places they shouldn't. Your friend over there is just plain spooky.
Alder just looks with vacant eyes over at the giant head.
And the Yeti tyke over there, I don't know. Perhaps he just feels more comfortable as a Yeti. I'm not one to judge. Except for you. I judge you.
Kind of little Yeti head pops up over the outside of the window. Just watching.
Now, if we're all done and comfortable in our new forms, perhaps we can finish what I've started.
Are we gonna blow up, like, the rest of everyone? Is that your goal, or?
No. You can see the residual magic that was lying in the Morning Star has been, less than gracefully exerted upon your forms. Should be safe to touch now. Unfortunately, for you and myself. Current states, it's a little bit harder. But your friend over there, the one with the physical hands, they might be of some use.
Alright, I'll get to work. Monty's gonna go over and start writing out a message.
Just pick it up. Safe. Promise. Egypt.
No, he's gonna write out. So you're gonna think I'm fucking with you here. But apparently you're gonna have to touch that stupid old ball.
Real quick, like flashing back over to Floof and Vodka, as you guys are reapproaching the black cabin and walking in through the window. Floof, as soon as you get to the window itself and see that scene once again, that voice in your chest just kind of pulls you and says, No.
Yeah, I stop. I don't go. I can't get myself to go in. I just kind of slow
It,
down and start looking around. Like
and
maybe
it's,
I can see them.
it says we don't owe them anything.
Oh, but I don't want to lose another family.
Is this out loud?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
As you say that, it just kind of responds with, "We are here to survive, not to save anyone."
But I miss them.
This is foolish. We've survived this long, and you're going to risk it all for them.
And then to Vaka, I say, I will stay by this hole.
Okay. I will look down and just kind of smile at Floof, feeling very ridiculous for having thought that it would be a good idea to take them in the house in the first place. And I will step in through the window and look down and say, look out for other danger. And holler if you see anything.
Okay,
You're very brave, Floof.
okay.
And I will turn around and see a message in the ash that says, you have to touch the ball. Is it a ball or a ring?
It is a ball with rings around it. So, it's a 6-inch diameter gyroscope featuring 2 scorched rings inlaid with runes and a dense chunk of coal at its core.
Tanner.
Yeah.
Are they back within the perceivable boundaries of the border?
Yeah.
I want to try and pull Floof again.
Okay, make another charisma check.
And when I did so the first time, did I sense any other presence? Like when I tried interacting or when my hand passed through Floof?
No, you would have just felt floof, but you
Okay.
can
I was just curious.
go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh.
That's a wisdom-based ability. Yeah, no,
I'm
you.
small.
Yeah, you didn't notice anything.
Little baby sass.
This time as you go to try to touch floof, your hand just passes through them, and exerts no force, and floof feels nothing.
My hands are too small. I shout up at the house.
You see just the skeletal visage of Calder exits the cabin and looks down at you. What do you need help with?
Sleeping at night. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What should I do?
We should listen to the big head in here. They know more than we do.
Damn straight.
Just nods. Then,
Name is Macretus, by the way. I'm sure you've heard of me. I'm
Can't say that I have, Cretus.
His eyes narrow and the flames grow a little bit larger, and he says, "Well,
I mean, we have.
suppose some backwoods scrimshire wouldn't have."
I can't be mad at the accuracy of your statement.
All my statements are accurate.
Are the bones that Calder's made out of, are they like scrimshot at all?
If you look, there a little bit. There's like.
I'm sorry, I just thought you were
Small
talking about
designs.
his skeleton, like his charred skeleton.
Like
No.
he just, in life. I'm gonna be worth something.
Oh, yikes.
Somebody's gonna make a pretty penny off my corpse.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, like in between, like where the wildflower vines wrap around the skeleton, where you can see bare bone, is like some scrimshaw work underneath. So it's very intricate. It's disturbing but beautiful at the same time.
Monty's not disturbed at all by it.
Obviously,
Also, when you guys look at Monty, he looks different than what you would expect Monty to look like as a kid. Like his facial features are the same in a sense, but it's like, why don't you guys roll perception? I won't see how
Like
much.
there's something slightly weird about it.
Just, I mean, he's already weird, but
aren't we all?
so the similarities that child Monty shares with who you guys know as adult Elliot Monty or Montgomery is different enough where it doesn't look like they're the same person, but they share enough similarities that where you could say this would be maybe his younger brother.
Calder will approach Monty.
Yeah,
And
he's. This is while he's writing that out in this soot, and you can see
You're
that
writing
he's using his middle finger to do it the
Not
entire
like
time.
a paragraph.
he kneels down and just taps your shoulder.
Yeah, you want to get something in? A word?
So is this the face of Ephraim?
Oh. Oh, fucking hell. Just, you're dead already. So,
Twice, actually.
yeah. I hear third time's a charm and it might stick. If you say anything like that again.
There's no need to be angry.
Mm,
We're all in the
oh.
same situation, my friend.
No, there is. Sorry, I'm dealing with a lot right now.
Do you think we all aren't?
I mean, but this is my first time being dead. And now you're coming out with me with that kind of shit, and I cannot deal with that.
Very well, Elliot. And like, Calder Skeleton will stand up and just kind of give him some space.
Also, by his reaction, you do get yes, absolutely.
Auntie, you might want to tell them something that only you would know. They might not believe it's you.
Blanca
Sure.
looks at the message and says, I am not touching that thing. It just exploded.
What?
What's gonna gee, what's a good one? Monty's gonna write back. We got some big-headed wise guy over here telling us it's good.
I need a charisma check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look out at Floof, who's guarding the entrance. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? And I'll like hunch down with my axe out.
I don't know.
So do you pick up the morning star or the summer star?
I need further clarification.
McCready, she needs I mean, you can hear too.
Like Vodka,
What should I tell her?
will like hold it and like put her hands over it and try to look like, where am I supposed to touch?
All right. So you see how the thing here has 2 rings covered in runes, circling the inner portion. I might have miscalculated some things, but anyway, I believe a 3rd ring is required in order to maintain the energy that it produces. So your friend there, with whatever mechanical abilities she may have, will have to construct a 3rd ring. Attach it to the device. Attune with it. And then use it.
The 2 people that lived are fucking mountain-dwelling barbarians. How did this happen?
Literally, we have craftsperson.
Minor.
We're doing good, guys. We're doing
It's fine.
great.
It's fine. It's funny.
We're all gonna die.
You already did.
Yeah.
Look, the materials needed to craft the ring are in the other room, the one filled with the squirrels. A quarter pound of metal must be melted down in fire, recast using smith's tools, then inscribed with the correct runes. They must be perfect, otherwise, well, you've seen the results.
Oh no.
So you're saying, oh, I know what you're saying. Monty will start writing out again. Should I make my charisma check before I write it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Monty's gonna be. All right, so this is a tall order, but hear me out. It needs a 3rd ring, and you're gonna have to use the shit in the other room to make it.
Vodka will like move her head as it is looking around, and then look at her Goliath hands and her axe and see how small the rings are on the thing. The other room? No.
What other? The witty squirrel?
Yes, Floof, I have to talk to a squirrel about making a ring
What?
to get our friends. Oh god, Monty, if you are fucking with me, I swear. And Faka will go and go into this other room. Here?
It was the room with the squirrels, so it's this. What the heck? There we go. It's this room.
Altara, you're like good with writing and carving and shit, right? Can you replicate the rooms like here in the soot when it's ready?
There's got to be like a charred stick you could use to write with.
Yeah, so
That room.
Vok, as
Ooh,
you step into the other
that was
room, you see that there is the what room is that? Let me describe it again. E3. So this is a workshop. You see frost covers the surface of this abandoned workshop. The workshop contains a set of smith's tools, a set of tinkerer's tools, and a wooden table upon which they are spread across along with bits of twisted metal. But here is all the supplies you'll need to recast and create this ring.
This room is not scary, so Floof has no problem coming into it.
Except for the haunting-looking squirrels.
The
That's
one,
fine.
the one
Squirrels
squirrel
are
with the
awful.
haunted eyes.
No, all squirrels look like they will about to kill you.
Barks out, you're all
Monty's gonna
doomed.
follow them around and
I've seen some
cover
nasty
this.
squirrels.
And actually, are the squirrels there? Do they like poke their head out?
No, they left after hearing
Oh.
the explosion.
Too bad you can't possess a squirrel.
That's That's what I was gonna try to do.
Possess a Floof. There's room for one more.
So Vaka made her talisman that you have seen her wear already. Not necessarily versed in making jewelry, but has some experience with it anyway. Crafting with her Goliath friends. After the episode with getting the owlbear feather, or the claw and the feather. And we'll sigh and say, okay, Floof,
What?
we have to melt this down and find something that looks like a circle mold or a big piece with a circle in it.
Big circle.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Is that me or Floof?
Both.
I'm looking for a big circle.
So yeah, since neither one of you are particularly versed in smithing or tinkering tools, you kind of look through the workshop. Vaka, you're able to find the cast that was used to make the rings, as well as some of the other materials needed, and you find the small kind of forge that was used to melt the metal. So yeah, you're able to forge this ring.
Yeah. So as Vaka is forging the ring,
I need
with
you
the
to
help of
make
Floof.
a intelligence check.
Oh God, no! It's the worst thing to ask your barbarian to do, you guys.
Can I
Is that
help
saving
you?
throw or
You
what is
can
that?
you can help. No, it's just a check. And Floof, yes, you can help. You can aid.
Is that with advantage then?
Yeah.
I'm sure trying with my -2 intelligence.
14. You are able to bumble your way around to getting it lit and to melting the metal down. And now I'm going to need a dexterity check.
Okay.
To
I'm just imagining
cast
Vaka
it.
with this like handheld, like the big fan thing. You're like
The billows.
Is this
the billows.
this montage of it's like some
Let's get
awesome
down
80s
to
metal.
business.
Like
Oh,
wipes
Jesus.
away sweat from her
Resurrect our
forehead.
friends.
Just covered in
Floof
soot.
dabbing the fucking sweat off of Vaka's forehead.
The can of Coca-Cola just
Just like shirt tied around the midsection, just like hammer. But yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check to pour the cast.
This whole time, for the dead folk at home,
Yeah, this process is gonna take a
Maybe-
couple hours, so
yeah, maybe you would. I mean, Sheltar has experience, making or forging small things. He's just watching from like the corner of the room.
yeah.
Just kind of-
You're not gonna try to possess Floof?
I guess Shaltari and Calder, both of you having died
Mhm.
before. This is a very different experience. The last time both of you died, you did not enter the Border Ethereal. You guys well, Calder, you entered the upper plane of the hunting grounds. It's the forest that you see in your dreams. And Calder, well, you went to the 5th layer of hell, so.
I mean, Sheltari.
Or Sheltari, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, you know.
Yeah, while they're all foraging, their Skelecalder is staring at the floating head, just motionless.
You see, he is just kind of in the room where Vaca is smithing this ring and making critiques, boasting about his previous accomplishments, making sure that everybody knows that he's the smartest person that's ever been, and talking about how Lathander will reward him greatly for his contributions.
When he's not doing verbal diarrhea, Skelecalder just goes,
Elder.
ego.
Excuse me?
A big head also signifies ego.
I don't know what you're getting on about. Are you saying that my genius does not deserve the ego to accompany greatness?
As the speaker of Goodmead told me once, pride normally comes before a fall.
And where's your speaker now?
Dead.
Well, seems some lessons are best learned firsthand.
Perhaps. As like the two birds on his shoulders kind of just dance around on the antlers as they just chirp away mockery at the big head.
Shoulder.
You see
Yes.
at that he just kind of turns from you and he will not address you directly the rest of this time.
Tell Calder that I said.
Exactly. Tell your weird spooky Fred that I said that he's weird.
It's Skulder.
Skulder.
Good.
I don't
That's
know. What should I be doing?
Not much we can do.
I mean, how big are the tools they're gonna have to use to inscribe this thing? You think you can poltergeist your way through it?
I'm not much for carving. That's Skulder's thing.
I could try.
The Tinker's tools are small enough and the metal that is being used is soft enough that you could, with the 5 pounds of energy that you can exert, carve these runes. But if you fail the check,
Yeah.
you might mess it up.
I do want to say that by this point, actually very early on, Floof is completely just dissociated everything bad and is singing the old bitey song while they work.
Oh.
Jeez.
That's-
But not really with like real words, just kind of like random words.
So I just go back and revise that montage. Instead of Let's Get Down to Business, it's the old bitey song, but like an old hair metal cover that you'd see like in Top Gun.
Must be under all the snow.
There's a place that I want to go.
This is fine. Everything fine. We do work. It is good.
Oh.
Good to do.
All right, so after a couple hours of smithing, Vaca taps the mold on the table, and the ring falls out.
Wow,
Perfectly
Vaca,
cast.
you did it.
We did it, Floof.
We did it.
Okay. And now I need to take this back to the room.
All right, you need to. Yeah. So this is, Macretus to Monty, because you. All right, with the ring successfully forged, you have to etch it with those arcane runes. The ones present on the other two. Now, I'm not one to judge lightly, but I don't believe your friend there has the particular mental dexterity in order to reproduce my perfectly carved runes.
Is that directed at
Focus.
Calder?
No, it's
Why
at
are you
Monty.
digging around? I called her an idiot like 3 times already.
This is why I'm speaking to you, because you are the only one here who seems to understand the conundrum we're in.
Flocka's fingers are just covered in like bumps and scrapes from making this ring.
Called her, you.
I can
You wanna-
assist you. I don't have as much energy as you do.
All right. Sure.
I can help guide.
Monty's gonna get the tools and start floating them over towards the ring.
All right, I need a charisma check to be able to interact with the
Oh
tools.
my god. I really hope you succeed. I want Floof to see this.
Oof.
So you see the tools
one
kind
time.
of float just a little bit off the table and then clatter to the ground.
I jump up like a spooked cat.
Calder, can you like
That is unfortunate.
can you put your hands over mine and help me like pick this up and carve?
Like
Tiny-
ghost.
The
We're ghosting while we're ghosting. Yes.
Wow.
a tiny little Yeti hand cover your own.
Aw.
All right,
We're lost boys.
I
just
will let you
big-
try
Big
one
Yeti
more.
eyes.
I'll let you try one more time. If you fail, then
If they're aiding, do I get advantage?
Or does that just let us try again?
that's letting you try again.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
All right, so you're able to pick up the Tinkerer's tools as you guys
Oh,
watch these
gosh.
kind of Tinker tools float across the room over
Follow
towards
them.
the ring. All right, now. It requires a steady hand and a keen mind. Just copy the runes as you see them on the other rings.
Now,
I just start like
do
feeling behind where the tools are, trying to figure out what's making them do that.
I need a
Where's
Dex
the wings?
Arcana check.
a
A
dex
Base
Arcana.
Arcana check.
Arcana check, yes.
would my wait? Who's doing this?
Monty.
Yeah. That's actually that's all right.
Hold on. My heart is in my fucking chest right now
Mhm.
because like one fuck up and we're actually dead.
Yeah.
Would okay. I'm fighting through all of like my uncertainty and fear. Would my experience as a jeweler help in this particular case? Or would Calder's carving experience be particularly helpful in this case?
I mean, it's jewelry, right?
I mean,
You're etching on a metal.
yeah. So that's why I'm
Tiny
asking.
jewelry metal.
Do I feel like I
Do
would?
either one of you have proficiency in Tinkerer's tools?
No,
Nope.
Just jewelers.
Then no. Proficiency in Tinkerer's tools would give you advantage on this check.
All right.
I
But
do
it's
want to say
jewelry.
that as you're like
It's not
gearing up
jewelry.
and getting sobered up
It's
to
my
like
masterpiece.
as you're like getting ready to like actually do this really intense thing, Floof is just like crouched on the table over the ring, like looking just totally in the way. Just
The voice in
confused
your
as
chest
fuck.
is like, we really think this is the best place to be, Floof.
Yes.
Floof, this is the thing that exploded with fire and killed all your friends.
This?
This.
No. That did it.
Oh no.
Oh, this is a new one. We make this one.
But this and that, they look the same.
Okay. And with a vocal huff, I
yeah.
jump off the table.
The thing huffs back and it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who's trying to keep us alive.
Oh, okay. I do it all the time.
Hard cut back to a small Yeti arguing with a giant head about why it is jewelry.
It's not jewelry.
It's a ring. It's made of metal. You can wear it.
It is an instrument of divine power. It is my greatest work, my greatest achievement. It is not some trinket.
I mean, technically, if I finish it, this one's on me.
But it would look very nice on a chain.
Ego. At that, you see he kind of charges at you and knocks the tinker's tools from your hands.
Wait, who?
Me?
Yeah, he's gonna attempt to.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what
Is
did
this
he do?
contested?
What did you do?
He skull checked you.
What did you say?
Oh.
Is this
Ego.
contested or?
Sure.
What did you say? I thought
What
Calder
did
was
you
the only
do,
one.
Ray?
No, he said, I mean, if I finish this, technically it's on me.
Oh, I get it. Oh, you fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
You're putting
How do I
Including
just
all of
roll a
us.
d20?
dice roller on the left.
No.
Yeah, so he charges at you, and the tinker tools just go flying across the room.
I jump again.
And you see the flames in his eyes are just like billowing now. And he says, I didn't take you for a plagiarist.
You're not gonna give him artist credit, so he's like, fuck you. Stay in the nether realm.
Floof starts gathering up the tools.
He says, if
Sniffing
you want to
them.
complete my greatest work, then you'll do it on your own.
You would doom all of us just because you want the credit. But who's to say that we won't grant it to you?
He turns to you, Calder, and says, I would watch the entirety of Icewind Dale freeze and be dragged to the Nine Hells before I let the likes of you take credit for my work.
And how would Lathander feel about that?
I have no more time for you.
Little Yeti.
And you
Like-
see he just floats up through the ceiling.
Oh,
I start carefully placing all the tools back on the table by the ring, like expecting them to start floating again. I just watch.
wait.
Vaka sees the tools fly, sees Floof picking them up, and just stands in this room with her beat up hands on her hips and is like, you've been dead less than 5 hours. Who'd you piss off now? And inside, she's internally screaming, like, stop adding enemies to our list!
Monty just full on, like, standing on the table directly in front of your face, just showing up both deuces.
I'm staring at the tools, waiting
and
for them
sticking
to
his
float,
tongue out.
just like a dog
And
waiting
then
for them to move.
All
and then
right.
he realizes what he's doing. He's like I said, you guys, we don't talk about anything that happened here, right?
Shaltari, yeah, all you have to do is think up and you'll begin to float up through the ceiling.
Small Yeti, go up.
Interesting.
As you arrive on the roof of the cabin, you see Macretus there kind of fuming, just muttering to himself. He's like, hack work by hack inventors. They think they can steal my work. They think they can do what I can do.
Mr. Macretus?
He just turns to you and just yells, what? And the fire in his eyes just kind of erupts out.
I thought your creation was... I was just complimenting the aesthetic and how impressive it was.
I see the flames kind of reduce a little bit, and he says, at least someone here can recognize my genius.
I can, only in that I can't understand it, but...
Of course you can't. Not with your little Yeti mind.
But that's how...
Dick.
But that's how I know that you're so smart. Because I don't understand.
I make a persuasion check.
Okay.
So he calms
mister.
down a little bit, and he says,
Papers, Mr.
look, my work is more valuable, perhaps, than anybody else's. The contributions I will make to the world, but I refuse to work with such a insufferable hack.
I have connections throughout all the 10 towns, and I would make sure that your praises are sung if you would help yourself and us not be stuck here.
Not
I
that
don't know what else to do other than ask for your help, because you're the only one smart enough to help us.
Not that I, the great Macretus, would need the hollerings of a tiny Yeti boy to proclaim my greatness to all of Faerun and the plains beyond. But I will agree to aid you in the completion of my greatest work if you can get that soot-covered child to apologize to me and tell me that I am the greatest mind the material plane has produced. Since Mordenkainen.
Oh, since Mordenkainen? Oh, that'll be easy.
And I best not detect any sense of deceivery in his apology.
I think you're the greatest mind since Mordenkainen.
Well, obviously. I want to hear it from his mouth.
You don't have to help him,
I said what I said.
but he's a dick.
Those are my terms.
Yes, sir. It'll gotta come down.
Oh, Floof is still sitting, like, crouched on the table, like, on all fours, just tail kind of flopping this way and that way, just watching the tools expectantly. Any minute now.
I float over to Monty. I've never interacted with another ghost before. Can I interact with another spirit without problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've touched. We ghosted each other a little, right?
I don't know.
Or were you asking
If I
that?
like
Monty?
if I like rest my hands on Monty's shoulders, what happens?
They kind of slip through.
Oh, so I can't actually feel him or
No,
his presence.
no.
No.
I mean, you can hover your hands there like you're touching him.
Volko, why did they
Oh, when
stop?
Monty sees like hands pass through his shoulder, he's like, "Oh shit, what's up?"
Just hold on a sec. I gotta
No.
think. I got
What?
something.
Vodka, why did it stop?
Nope, as muted. Baka picks up the tinkering tools.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do with these. But it might be too much to hope for some diplomacy and instruction. Any time now!
Is there any soot that Calder can try to write in here?
There's soot everywhere.
All right, I'm gonna make this charisma check and try to write to Vodka.
Okay. Yeah, you can write a message in the soot.
Calder will write, "We're figuring it out. Please don't use the tools. We have very particular instructions. See you soon, maybe. Question mark."
What is that?
And then
What
you'll
is
just see
that?
like line Calder.
What is that? And I go and I just like leap onto the pile of ash and it just goes floof.
That was a message from our friend Calder. I guess
What?
they're figuring it out. Vodka's going to
message.
sit and kind of go through her pack and try to find some food. 'Cause
I'm
she
now
is
covered in
tired.
soot. I'm covered in ash. Well, Kador. Hello. I am Floof.
Vodka will see Floof covered in suit, looking around, and she's just gonna go, "How are you now?" and eat a ration because
Kelly Calder will write back, "Dead and you."
Oh, it's a move again.
see, our friends are just a little ways away.
That is a Kador.
That is a cotter.
I pet the words. Hello.
Meanwhile, in the spirit world, just see this horrible visage of nature
Oh,
and death
no,
just
dude.
leaning over in front of wee Floof.
Oof. Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, just phase through you. And there's a Yeti face staring you in the eyes, Monty.
You look into the abyss that is Monty's eyes.
Does the abyss stare back?
It's
Yeah, I think
I
it's
mean,
canonically.
it's flinching at first, but then yeah, he holds it. How much do you not want to be here?
Here dead, here in this cabin in the middle of nowhere, here in the whole fucking Icewind Dale.
He just stares at you.
I mean, look, I'm trying to get us back.
What would you do?
I mean, pretty much anything. Why? Do we need to kill the guy with the head or what?
Promise me that you would do what you say.
Sure. Is this a trap?
Yeah. But you said sure. You said anything.
Okay.
And I inform you of the conditions of this deal.
Which are what again?
You
I
must
have to tell him
you
he's
must
You-
apologize. You must tell him
must-
he's the greatest mind to come from the material plane since Mordenkainen, and that you will not claim his work.
and you have to mean it.
Or lie so well he believes you do.
Yeah. Well, I'm leaving that part out. Is that worth staving off whatever this is?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't the one with the big head here, so.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I'll go up and apologize. And Monty's just gonna like step back against the wall. And then he's just gonna do a backwards crawl up it.
Hey guys, look!
Yeah, so you
Shit, that worked.
so you arrive on the roof. You see Macretus there as he kind of turns to look at you. Well, child.
Yeah. I was just kidding about taking your credit. If it helps, I am kind of a wanted man, and being known throughout Faerun for any damn reason is kind of bad for me. So I'm gonna give up any credit here because I wasn't really do it anyway. Cause shit. In case you can't tell how I talk, I'm not an educated man like yourself. Yeah.
And
I mean, I can't do this without you.
why?
Why? Oh, because I don't know shit. And you do know shit.
Because
Like-
I am.
See,
Because you're a scientist and you're religious, right?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, see, I ain't done any of those things. So, like, you could
Not-
say from my point of view,
Not only am I a
like-
scientist, I am the.
yeah, you're like,
God damn it.
we're something else here.
Say it so I can hear it.
You are the greatest man in all of Faerun since Mordenkainen.
I know that was difficult for you, but I also know you meant it. And if you didn't, I enjoyed watching you suffer through it.
See, here's the thing. I think we can get along on that.
There is a strange amount of wisdom in your sooty words there, small child.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm actually like a 30-something-year-old man and I just look like a kid right now. Anywho, you want to get to it?
Fine, you are my best chance at finishing this before, the world ends, so I will help you.
Thanks, I know that was hard for you to say.
Jesus Christ.
well, no. Well, I mean, it's not a dig.
It's
It's an appreciation.
All right, he just kind of huffs and begins to float back down through the roof.
At this point, Floof is trying to hand Calder the tools, and just kind of holding them out in the air, dropping them, and then they just fall to the table. And I go, okay, no, just take it, and it stay. Oh, okay, Calder, we do this. You take it.
Yeah, Calder's just standing there watching Floof as he's just growing wildflowers in his bones and then letting them wilt and then regrowing them as he waits for Monty to come back down with Big Head.
Yeah, they both.
While Monty has a moment alone, he's gonna try and turn his head 360.
God damn it. Fuck you.
Does it work?
Roll a d20. You get your head turned backwards, but it gets stuck.
I'm just gonna be like, oh shit.
Worst yokai ever.
Monty's just gonna lay down on his back on the roof and like slowly put his face through the ceiling. Calder, can I borrow you for a second?
Very well.
And then Caller will kind of float up
Oh, jeez.
to you.
As you rise up there, you see Monty laying on the ground, but he's on his back with his head through the floor.
Interesting.
Yeah, it got stuck like this.
And what do you want me to do?
I mean, between all of us, other than me, you got the most experience, like, with necks. So, can you
You guys can't touch
give
each
me a
other.
hand?
A glib joke at my horrific acts that I committed.
And then he floats back down.
Maybe it'll
Monty trying to
unstick
get
its-
his head back.
Maybe going through the ceiling will like act like a chiropractic element and just fix it up for you.
I'll just get stuck.
Oh, Jesus, guys.
All right. All right. So you float back down, Monty.
Yeah.
All right, you guys see Monty come back down with his head bound backwards.
I'm literally too focused on not being dead again.
All right. Who is going to finish these inscriptions?
Okay.
But
Well, what will it involve?
Well, one of you has to use those tinkering tools, either those of you here with me or your friends still amongst the living, and inscribe them onto the ring.
you said it's an Arcana dexterity check.
Yes, is Arcana dexterity check.
I add 4 to this. Does anybody else got anything better than that?
That would be a +3.
I kind of assumed that Monty had the best shot at this. With
He seems to have the best spectral energy.
Please teach
Alright,
me
that's
the
just
ways,
just
oh
stubborn
smart
force of
man.
will when it comes to charisma.
yeah, sure.
He's
And
the most stubborn.
and you see the little Yeti reach to his side where he usually keeps his tools, but there are none. So he just stands there and watches helplessly.
A crow and an Arctic dove just sit in front of you, Sheltari.
Maybe soon we'll be back in the material world.
As the shape of Skelecalder stands behind you hauntingly.
Okay, Cador, this time. Okay. Drop. Okay, no. This time, though. This time.
Monty's just gonna try and
I'm-
snap his own neck around. Does it work?
Make another d20 roll. Yeah, it works.
Uh,
Oh, I'm gonna feel that in the morning. Oh,
I want to float. I want to float back up to the roof real quick.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna look up. I don't know if you recognize me or if you can even hear me, or if you could hear me in the first place. I don't know who you are or why you've helped me. But if you can hear me, I think this is probably the most I've ever needed you. And I don't know what else to do other than try and ask. Do I even see stars in the sky?
No, everything around
Everything
the
past the
cabin
border
is
is just nothing.
No, it's not nothing. It's kind of this swirling mist.
Okay.
And if you pass through it, you go to the deep ethereal, and you can see parts of the land around you look like it's cracked and breaking.
Mhm.
And like chunks of it are like kind of floating away.
Wait, we're like in Silent Hill then.
Yeah, you're in the border ethereal. It's where, so the ethereal realm is this kind of place. It's basically the source of all thought and matter. It exists in this infinite void. And the border ethereal is the part of the ethereal plane that touches the material plane.
So Silent Hill.
Yeah, basically.
That's all I say.
As you
Yeah,
say
just-
that, Shaltari kind of looking up at the sky, and as you bring your eyes back down, you see this figure appearing through the mist south of the cabin where you guys had approached, kind of following your tracks. And as you see this creature, it appears to be a bipedal polar bear covered in kind of, it's got this like kind of long hair that's braided. It's got feathers and beads adorning its chest, and it's got snow goggles on.
What?
And you see it approaching the cabin. I think is a good spot to take our break.
What?
I love that vodka fucking flew for just like any minute now.
Okay, this time I know it. You can do this. Boop. Just no, just relentless. Like
This is a random bipedal polar bear in snow goggles just trudging along like some goddamn wampa.
Okay, here, let me see if I can show you guys a picture, because there's an art handout for it. I'll show it when you get back, because.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, welcome back
Ooh.
from break. So just before we took a quick pause to grab some pizza and lasagna. So 3 of our party members, Calder, Monty, and Sheltari, are currently trapped in the border ethereal because they had died, and but the big thing that happened right before we left is Shaltari went to the roof of the cabin to pray to the heavens, and as he was kind of finishing that up and kind of surveying the small little pocket of the border ethereal that they were in, out from the mist that borders them, this large kind of bipedal polar bear figure approached from the south, following the tracks that you had left as you approached the cabin. So we'll pick up there. Shaltari, as you see this figure come, it's got the snow goggles on, it's got, braids with feathers and beads, and some kind of traveling packs around its waist and over its shoulder, and it's also carrying a large fishing pole. You see kind of in its pack, as well as a large battle axe that it is kind of using as a walking stick. And you see it approaches is it Fiesk, right? The axe
Yep.
beak.
Yes.
You see it kind of
Yes.
walks up to Fiask. Fiask kind of
That's it.
tilts its head towards it, doesn't seem threatened by it at all, and kind of squawks at it. And you see this figure kind of reaches up and gives Fiask like a scratch and a pat on the side of the head, and then turns to look at the black cabin, and it places its battle axe in the snow and kind of leans on it and just kind of watches the cabin. And you can see that it is in the material plane as it's interacting
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
other creatures in the material plane.
I quickly float down into the house and I immediately start writing in the soot in front of yeah.
Charisma check.
to wherever it is readily apparent to read.
Can we get a picture of it?
Yeah. Give me just a second.
Hell yeah.
Hey, glad you took that before I had to roll the.
So in kind of a panic
All I can
state,
imagine in the fucking soot is just the word kitty.
in like a
So there
panic
is no
state, you're
message.
trying to write in the message, but you can't seem to concentrate enough to exert any force into the material plane. The rest of the spirits, you kind of see this Yeti frantically trying to write in the soot, but is unable to.
There's some-
Baka sees the soot kind of scribbling and squabbling.
Or is it even moving at all?
Yeah, it's not even
Can it?
moving.
Oh, it's not moving at
Oh,
all.
it's not moving. No, it's not
I
moving at all.
can't interact
Oh,
with it.
okay.
Yeah, give me.
There's somebody outside. There's someone outside. There's someone outside.
Calder will phase through the wall and look outside.
Just a second to show you guys.
Oh damn.
Oh, dope! I want to be friends with him. I want to be such good friends with him.
Yeah, so this is the
These
creature.
arms are made for hugging.
This is the creature that you guys see kind of standing there
What the
leaning on its battle
fuck?
axe, just kind of staring up at the cabin.
Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Monty hearing that, he's like, shit, we should get back then, right?
It's weird. I don't know how to tell him what. What do we do?
Floof's
Vodka
still
kind of-
picking up and dropping the tinkering tools.
Monty's actually going to
Help me.
finally
Just endless
snatch the
patience.
tool out of the air when Floof drops it.
Okay,
Attempt
roll
to.
charisma.
Hell yeah.
Falls right through your hands.
Okay, Kador, it's okay. I know you can do it. I'll wait. Okay.
What are you and the other spirit doing, Sheltari?
I don't know. I've already tried interacting with something.
I guess Calder, what do you do?
What do you want me to try and say? Stay inside and bring attention to what's outside. Floof seems quite distracted right now.
Let them know that there's something.
I'd
not
argue
seen.
that Floof's the only one on task here.
Baka's just spinning her own axe, waiting for you to do stuff with this ring they forged.
Write something.
Very well.
Forgot to
Hell
write
yeah.
something.
Hell yeah.
The word
Yeah.
something.
Cool. All right, DM. Write this narrative for us. Let's see where this goes.
So, Vodka and Floof, you have been sitting in this room now for probably 20 to 30 minutes with no contact from your friends on the other side. Floof has picked up and dropped the tinkering tools countless
So many.
times at this point. So all you're doing is sitting there kind of, twirling your axe, just listening to this clink. Okay, this time. Clink. Okay, this time. Clink.
Got my mother patience on.
Like 30 minutes of this.
I'm being very encouraging too. Like, it's okay, Carter. I know you can do. Just do. Okay.
And kind of as you're looking around the room, are you sitting in that window again? Or I guess you guys are in the workshop, so.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the work. Makes sense.
So I guess, yeah.
Well, from what I have learned is that I cannot write, so I'm gonna try and.
You said that guy was, or that person, the were person out there is just standing there, right?
Yeah, they're just kind of standing over there where Fiask is kind of waiting, just standing next to it, leaning on its axe, staring up at the cabin.
Try and knock on the door?
Yeah, you can knock on the door, you can push it open, whatever you want.
I'm just gonna knock on it.
All right, charisma check. Yeah, so you hear a knock on the door, Vodka.
Is it this door?
Yeah, the only door in the room. It's this one right here.
Okay.
What is that?
It does not seem as if they are. Do we need to go back to the other room where the bauble is?
I do not want to go in there.
No, I think it is best you stay here, Floof.
Okay. I stay with Kador.
Yes. Appears he still very much needs your help.
Yes, okay.
So yeah, I will pop out the door.
Okay, give me just a second.
Roll for initiative.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want to open the door because I wasn't sure if they wanted to get a look on this first
Excuse
or
me.
not.
Give me just a second here.
I just presented options.
Write notes open. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna have to reload. Roll 20.
Okay.
Technical flooficulties.
Put up the screen. You just need like a card toggle.
It's loading. It's the Skyrim loading screen. Just appears as you open the door.
A 3D render of Floof like mid attack that you can just rotate.
Exactly. Let's see if this worked. Okay, it worked. And now I have to fix the chat window. I want it. Do what I want it to. There we go. Okay, sorry. Now we're back up and rolling. Okay, so Vodka, as you open the door and step out onto the plank, you kind of look around and see standing down next to your axe beak is that werebear. Now, Vodka, you have heard the legends because you are a Goliath, so you've heard these Goliath legends of Oyame Nartak, which is this legendary Goliath werebear that wanders the Icewind Dale. So Goliath legend speaks of a creature that prowls the far reaches of the Dale, known as, can never pronounce it. Oyame Nartak. Oyame Nartak, also known as the Winter Walker. She can take the form of either a polar bear or a hulking bipedal shaped, obscured by the wind and blowing snow. Elders invoke her name to keep young Goliaths from wandering too far from home before they're ready. While adult Goliaths have been known to encounter this legendary individual in their travels in the far-flung corners of the Dale. It is a creature that is both talked about with reverence and fear. And you know the Goliath that you had found on the mountain, the one whose mask you now carry, was actually on a quest to seek out Oyame and prove their strength. As you see this creature just kind of standing there leaning on its axe next to your axe beak.
Vaka will kind of stare wide-eyed at this creature and put her hand in her pocket, or on where her pocket is at, for the talisman that she took off of Mokingo, Growling Bear in the mountain. And her stomach is flipping with a mixture of childlike fear, but also awe, as she thinks to herself that essentially, holy shit, it's real. Vaka will take one step forward, seeing that the Axebeak does not appear upset, and give a low whistle to bring Fiasque closer to her.
Yeah, you see Fiasque kind of lifts its head up, hearing you whistle, and kind of runs through the snow towards the base of the stairs. As you see the werebear just kind of shifts its weight, still leaning on its axe, and just kind of staring at you.
Yeah, Vaka will stare at the werebear, and in Goliath, kind of taking like one little step closer with her own axe on her, will say in Goliath that you have traveled far from our mountain home, and it's just trying to get a read on the situation.
Yeah, she kind of looks back up to you and responds to you in Giant and says, "You have wandered far, and it appears you are quite lost. But you don't run. That is interesting."
Oh god, she's got so many people in the room. Yeah, so Vaka will kind of like open her stance a little bit too. And again respond back. The Akanthani are not known to run. And thus far you have given me no cause to do so, in one direction or the other.
The werebear moves its hands, kind of lifting its axe from the snow. And let's see, you said you've given no cause to run.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just reply, no cause yet.
Oh, goodness.
think at this point, Floof behind just says, Vaca, close door.
You also
Calder can get loose.
Loof, you also hear that Vodka's speaking in Goliath outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you
Yeah,
do
I
hear
think-
a voice responding.
Yep. Hearing Floof's kind of voice, like, and that feeling of, oh crap, there's things that are, the small is in there. Yeah, Vaka will kind of lean back and pull the door closed.
Okay, Calder is okay.
A gust of wind's gonna blow Caller out of the room.
Floof is afraid of this, yes. Floof doesn't fully understand what's happening. They think they do, so it's fine.
Let the spirit realm door open.
Oh, I'm gone.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So Vaka won't advance any further, but will kind of stand kind of open-chested there on this walkway. And again, in giant and just kind of like not like a small smile, and just say, no, not yet. What do you need, White Walker?
Winter Walker.
Winter Walker.
Let's see. Yeah, they respond to you and say, I need nothing but the snow under my feet. But it's not me who's in need here.
And Vaka will tilt her head slightly. The look of confusion.
And
I think. Yeah, so she'll kind of like tilt her head. And just, yeah, she'll tilt her head and she'll say, the snow has gone many places. It is not always welcome.
you
What
see,
help do you think I need?
she kind of points at you and the building behind you and says the only help that you'll find is the help that you take and the strength that you're willing to take. Many brave Goliaths wander into the dale, never return. How strong are you?
Is this a challenge? Is this a challenge?
Oh, no.
From the other side of the door, Floof says, in Goliath or in Giant,
Mhm.
right?
Who
Strong
speaks giant?
picked up a couple words from you. Strong Vaca, yes.
Yeah, so Floof's voice, like, Vaka is a mixture of apprehensive but terribly excited at an opportunity to prove their strength and the fact that they're getting to see a real, children's fable in the flesh. But Floof's voice reminds her of a different kind of strength, and she will just look at the werebear and say, my strength is in leaving my home to return it better than it is now, and in the people that need me.
So you came into the tundra to find your strength? And you see the werebear kind of begins to pace out towards this spot that's kind of clear and open, picks up its axe, draws a line in the snow, and says, it appears you have found it. Come take it if you must.
Aka at that will pick up her axe and slowly start to walk down the stairs and say, I've had it all along. And will take the mask of tempered rage and put it on her face as the antlers burst into flames.
And at
And
that,
I look at the werebear and I say, my son will not be afraid of your stories.
you see with that, she just kind of smiles and then says, your move, child of the mountain.
Checkmate, werebear.
Roll initiative.
Oh no!
What do you mean? Oh no! This is what you want. This is exactly what you were trying to do.
I love it. I love it.
I'm still allowed to be excited about it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I
God.
didn't know that you were the only one allowed to
Hold on.
die this campaign.
I gotta empty the tracker.
I'm excited about it.
Ugh.
They got an 8 on the first roll. Okay, so you can roll initiative, Vodka.
Oh shit.
All right. Let's see. Where's this at?
It's just one werebear.
It's just one werebear. Oh, vey.
All right, Vodka, you're first. The spirits, you
Oh,
guys
shit.
can see through the walls, kind of, like if you focus on them. So, like, you guys watch Vodka leave and get into this fight with the werebear.
Furious.
As Calder phases through the wall.
Okay.
Monty's gonna get up from failing to pick up the tool, and he's gonna look over and just like, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, nothing else pressing right now. Okay, yeah."
Hey, I made the ring.
Vodka,
True, we can multitask.
Vodka, you're first. You get the first shot.
Awesome. Yeah. So Vaka is. It feels weird, but it's like this wild surge of let's effing go, and
Right.
Vaka will enter into a rage with this flaming mask on her face.
All right, what's 5?
Whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, the creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait, every time it hits you?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you pull the mask down and enter rage as those flaming antlers explode from the mask, and you feel this energy building up inside you as, like, the anger and the passion inside you, you can feel welling up in that force energy as you grab your axe and
Okay.
I assume charge.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna take a swing at the legend.
Just
Oh, damn it,
watching
I'm
this
still
from the
thing.
rooftop.
Hang
Oh
on.
no.
So 10 is its AC, so 10 would hit. However, your axe
Oh,
is
wow.
neither magical nor silvered. And you see the werebear just reaches up and grabs the head of your axe as it's coming at them and just grips it in their hand, taking no damage. And then it's going to try to pull your axe from your hand.
Okay. Can I have the mask on? So can I do a second roll since that did hit?
Yeah. So,
'Cause
yeah.
So if I swing and they grab my axe,
So the thing is the axe can't do any damage to this thing. So
I
this
would
is
like
kind
to
of
try to headbutt them
okay.
with
First,
my second attack.
First, I'm just gonna want to kind of finish this. It's kind of just cinematic kind of moment because
Sorry.
realizing that this thing can't be hurt by your axe. Yeah, he just kind of grips it and just kind of throws it into the snow beside you, and then laughs at you, and then you can go ahead and try to headbutt him. Or her, sorry.
Oh,
headbutt
nice.
her.
We're gonna have to fight with this. This is amazing.
Yeah, your axe cannot do damage to this creature.
Perfect. Love that for me. So yeah. What would that roll and be if it's a headbutt?
Strength.
It doesn't hit it. Strength.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh!
All right, so with a critical hit, go ahead and roll 4d6 fire damage.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Oh shit!
they grab Vaka's axe and throw it in the snow, and on that second hit, like Vaka has that oh shit moment, but as this werebear smiles at her like, haha, Vaka is gonna grab its chest and just headbutt it with his flaming arrows. You said 4d6?
4d6, yes.
Holy moly!
So yeah, this thing, as you headbutt it, you see like this burst of flame as your antlers make contact with its forehead, and you see it shatters the snow goggles it was wearing as it takes 13 fire damage, and you see it kind of stumbles back, kind of first bewildered, and then gives you a smile like impressed with your ability, and then it charges back at you with its claws.
Oh shit!
So
Gonna give you the chop.
the first claw comes in 22 to hit
That sure does, Cotton.
for 12 slashing,
Okay.
halved to 6, and then the second claw comes in 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, and then go ahead and do your force damage. Was it 1d6
Awesome.
force damage?
Yep. So it like splashes at Vaka, and the second one moves out of the way. And as she twirls around, it's like, Kaya! 2 force damage.
Yeah, so its first claw, as it's into you, you see it kind of blast back with just this built-up passion and rage, focused into force energy and blasting its paw back, sending it a little bit off foot, where it misses with the second one. As it kind of regains its balance, she looks at you and says in Giant, says, "This one's got tricks." It's your turn.
Awesome. Yeah. So Vaka, as she turns around, is going to try to, since it came at me with claws, I'm going to come at it with flamey antlers. Again.
All right. Strength roll. Another hit.
Perfect.
Ooh.
6.
Just half of
wait.
that, just
Yeah.
because it wasn't a crit, so it's just 2d6. So 6.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the first 2. So 6 more fire damage. Yeah.
Tempered rage. Boop, boop.
And yeah, you can cleave. That one will miss. So yeah, the first, kind of like raking at it with your antlers. The first one hits its forearm and is trying to protect itself. The second one you kind of miss as it steps back, and now it lunges at you with 2 more claw attacks.
Do you get rage damage on those headbutts?
Yeah.
Attack roll.
So
Oh, I didn't add that on there.
So 4 more total
Yeah.
because it's an extra 2, right?
Extra 2, yep.
Yeah. So 4 more for the 2 hits.
I got you.
Thank you, honey.
So it gets a 15 and a 14 on its attack. So the first claw hits
Kick its ass, boo boo.
for 16 slashing.
16 slashing. Holy bananas.
And then go
Wait.
ahead and roll your force damage.
It did 16 damage
Yeah,
after
well-
the half?
With 1. Well, 16 halved to 8.
Okay.
Oh, oops. So yeah, it slashes. She gives another like boop. 6 force damage or 1 force damage.
Yeah. It's just like after that attack, it just kind of stands up at its full height,
Oh
towering
god.
probably about 6 inches over your head.
Oh no. Oh no.
And he
Yeah,
says-
it's like 6 inches over Vaka's head. She's gonna turn up with these flaming antlers too, and say, "This one is not afraid of the snow," and is gonna like jump to smack him with antlers again.
Okay, go for it.
Like an antler uppercut. Oh shit! The antler Shoryuken!
All right, another 46.
Oh shit!
10
Yep.
fire damage. Yeah, so you just kind of like leap into its face, antlers first, and go ahead and make your cleave.
Yeah.
That also hits.
Oh my god.
It's just 1d6, right? Yeah.
2.
2d6.
2d6. Plus 2.
What?
So for another 5.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Um,
like jump up and then like so hit up with the antlers to its chin and then like press the second cleave into its chest as it is burning and smells of fur.
Yeah, as you say that, this one's not scared of the snow, and like just slam your antlers into its face. She kind of shakes off the attack and says, "You'll be afraid of it when I bury you in it." And she's going to attempt to grapple you.
No, don't grapple
What
me.
is she so aggro for? Get out! Go away!
A 10.
Why are you here?
What did I do for a grapple?
Roll a contested acrobatics or athletics check. DC is 10.
A 10? You can beat that. Vaka no bitch.
All right, she's gonna use her second attack to do it again, and this time it's a 21.
Shit.
Shit. I don't like that at all.
And you keep that athletics.
You can do it. You can do it.
Ugh.
Just get another
There
20.
you go. Yeah, just do the exact same thing again.
All right, yeah. So you're able to kind of maneuver your way out of its grip, and it's your turn.
And that doesn't count as an attack on me?
It was an attack on you, but it didn't hit.
Ah. So yeah, Vaka's just like, no. No.
All right. So you're-
So yeah, as he's trying to grapple, Vaka's gonna go in with another headbutt.
Let's fight in a nutshell. Ooh. Yeah! Ooh. Yeah!
So did all the ghosts
Hit.
float outside to watch?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Free
mean,
fight.
And Floof is in the room listening through. Oh, okay. Okay, Caldor. I think
oh
they
no.
said something about snow.
Ooh.
12.
Oh shit.
all right.
Oh god.
Oh my God, Joe.
Yeah!
This is not
Yeah!
afraid of snow.
Yeah! The rally!
Oh my.
Ooh!
So
Yeah!
12 and then 17. Yeah, so as it tries to grapple Vaka and she moves out of the way twice, she's going to grab at the bear, try to touch the bear again and headbutt it and say, "Your days of burying Akanthani," and headbutt, and the second time are over, and smack him again.
All right. Yeah. So with this third crit, you send the werebear kind of sprawling into the snow.
Shit.
And you see she pushes herself up on her forearms and just begins to laugh, and then raises one of her paws up and says, "Enough is enough. You've shown your strength."
Vaka will step back, but kind of keep her arms open
Yeah, boy.
as, hot air blows out from where she exhales into the cold wind through this mask of fire.
All with headbutts. All with headbutts.
Uppercutting headbutts.
Yeah.
And once she takes a moment to kind of like exhale and realize what she has done. The legendary Winter Walker, the Oaken not to talk. She will reach her right hand forward to help them stand.
Yeah. It's Oyame Nartok.
Can you
Oh,
spell
you
it
may
in the
not
chat?
Oyame Nartok.
Thank you.
Can you type it?
There's just no way to combine those two terms. The only options are head cut or upper butt.
For butt.
Yeah, there is no good way.
So
I think you're wrong. I think that was the perfect way.
as you kind of step back, realizing what you've done, you let the rage kind of smolder away, and the flames from the antlers extinguish, and you step over across the snow, offering a hand to Oyame, and she takes it, and you help her to her feet, and she clasps her big bare paws on your shoulders and says, "It's been a long time since I have found such strength."
Vaka will pull the mask off of her face. It's been a long time since we have needed to show it.
Oh, shit.
He says, "I think you will do great things for our people. And I wanted to test you. I've been watching you. And now that I know you are worthy of it, I will extend my gift to you." If you're willing.
Vaka will place her other hand on top of the werebears and will close her eyes and take a breath and say, "I accept your gift."
She will lift your hand up to her mouth and just taking one finger, pricks your hand on one of her teeth. It burns immediately. And it's a DC Constitution save if you want to resist the lycanthropy, but you can choose to fail.
No, I don't. I think everybody got that before I did. I watched it in the camera.
Become the real mama bear now.
I was like for a second like, I wonder if Joe actually knows what she just agreed to.
I thought I was maybe going to get an axe, but no, I'll be a bear.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, though.
As you kind of pull your hand back, the cut from the tooth and just the burning from it as the lycanthropy takes hold. Oyame Nartuk kind of places their paw on your head and says, "It'll take a few days for it to take hold. But soon you will be able to walk like me."
Vaka will look at her finger where it has been bitten and will just kind of step back and nod her head in respect to the werebear. And I will say thank you. I will use this for my people and those who walk the snow.
Kind of she looks up at the cabin and says, "You mentioned your friends?
Vodka will look up at the cabin and nod.
3 ghosts wave down.
Yeah, it's like, I'll see what I can do.
Monty's not waving.
It's like, I will offer you my aid for the time being. Until your transformation is complete.
Vodka will nod and say, they may be the people who need the help the most.
He kind of nods, and then as Nods looks down at the snow and says, "You broke my goggles."
Vodka will reach down and pick up the goggles and say, if I can get him back, I know 2 master craftsmen.
He nods, and she'll follow you back up
Journeyman
in
at best.
to
the
the
mean-
cabin.
At the end there, Floof is like, okay, Kador, they said, do you eat this ship? And Vaka say yes. I think it's good. It's good outcome.
As that, the door behind you opens, Floof, as Vodka steps back in, followed by Oyame Nartok.
Hello. I am Floof.
Hello, Floof. I am Oyame Nartok. You can call me Oyame.
Okay. In Giant, I say, you eat strong.
I don't think Floof speaks
Frog?
Giant very well.
Vodka will look at Oyame and say, they mean hello and welcome.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, you see she kind of walks into the room over in the corner and kind of sits down kind of with a wince of just getting her ass kicked.
I
out in
close the door
snow.
very quickly so that nobody can get loose.
All right. Do I take this ring back to the other room?
Oh shit.
We still have to
Monty's
do
gonna
that.
try and get the fucking tools now.
Oh crap, I didn't even realize this. They have vulnerability to fire, so all that damage you did was doubled, so you
Oh
doubly,
shit.
doubly kicked their ass.
Oh,
No,
Uh,
I called the fight before they were close to death. It was like,
Okay, good. Okay.
it just should have ended like 1 or 2 crits sooner.
1 or 2 crits. No, it shouldn't have. It was good.
Vodka will solely be fighting in headbutts from now on.
Okay, I will go to help patch them up with my healer's kit.
Okay. Yeah. So you go over there and you start
Yes.
mending their wounds, and they're just like,
Yes.
yeah, they'll chat with you
Yeah, he's
like, encouragingly, like, oh, quite the little healer.
Okay.
At that,
Okay. Oh, right. We're about to set our fate. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macretus is like, are we done?
No, God.
Can we continue?
Working on it. Yeah. Like just both hands, Monty picks up this tiny little tinker's tool.
Okay, yeah, so you finally get the Tinker's tools up. He's like, all right, now. Etch the runes as I've described them. And I need a dexterity arcana check.
Right. Well, here is a inspiration I'm cashing in.
Ooh, good.
You
Give
can
advantage.
declare that after the roll. You don't have to declare it before.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Good to know. I'm just gonna do an Arcana and add one more to it.
Okay.
Oh!
15.
It's yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna use inspiration just to be
Do
extra
it,
sure.
do it, do
I
it,
don't
do
know
it,
the
do it.
DC. Okay. All right. Well, 15's gonna have to do it.
So 15, you see Macretus is kind of looking over your shoulder as he's doing. He's like, yes, okay. All right. Not quite as good as if I had done it, but good enough, I think. Now you have to attach it to the star. One of your living friends over here will have to attune to it. And then they can activate it.
Calder will write in the soot, bring the orb, attach, and attune, please. Calder.
Who that? Who is that?
That is Calder again. Good thing we
Oh.
closed the door.
Yes. Hello, Calder.
Vaka will pick up the ring and kind of look at Floof and Okame and say, "Rest easy, Floof. Take care.
What?
I'll be right back."
Okay.
So Vaka will go back into the room.
Oh yeah. It's okay. We sit.
But yeah, she will go back into the room with the ring, very gingerly and carefully, but on a high of having beaten a legend, is attach the ring and
Yeah.
concentrate.
So, going and getting the orb, bringing it back, and attaching it to the to the summer star is going to take some time. It takes a couple hours to attach it, and then it's going to take another hour to attune to it. By the time you have finished with all that, say, Oyame is snoring in the corner, resting off of their, thrashing.
Loof is also snoring in the corner on their lap.
But as you finish meditating, do you stay in the room or do you return to the room where Floof is?
I guess I will ask first, what now, and see if anybody's in there with me.
Spirits?
Yeah. Monty wouldn't take his eyes off of that thing once it's done. So.
Yeah.
As Vaka has been meditating and attuning, you can hear the chant in Giant that has just been over and over. Please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode.
So as you finish attuning to it, Vaka, you see that piece of charcoal that was in the middle, just as when Monty picked it up, kind of flares to light, about the strength of a candle. However, this time it doesn't expand and it doesn't explode.
Okay.
And yeah, Macretus is like, she's done it. She's attuned to it. Now she just has to use it.
How does one use it?
She must call to Lathander.
Does she know that?
What have you told her?
I'll
Vaka's
work
like-
on it.
Vaka's like holding the orb and like looking at the candle, but also in like a back gymnast squat in her giant Goliath stance. Like toes and knees shaking a little bit, ready to backspring there. Like,
The Cheez-It jump.
yep. I said, now what? Like not looking at the flame, just like, oh god.
Whap. Calder can't muster any more soot writing.
Good. Monty's gonna try then.
Yeah.
All right. What do you write, Monty?
Let's see. Apparently, you gotta ask for help from the sun god. And Monty's just to the two people. It's like, I was really hoping this wouldn't. I was really hoping this wouldn't require divine intervention.
What other kind of intervention is there?
Arcane, mundane, humane.
Monty, Monty, if
I
we're
don't
going to
know.
be-
I'm not that smart.
if we're going to be dealing with defying the wrath of a god, I mean, that's the only kind of intervention we can really rely on. And I think it's probably best for you to accept that sooner than later.
Vodka will see the writing and look at the flame, and just concentrate and try to reach out to the dusty, sooty, crisped up remains of the party, plus the one stranger, I guess. And looking at this very vague instruction of ask the sun god for help. Just think in the best way that she can to reach out to Lythander and ask to please bring my friends home.
Yeah, so as you hold this orb in front of you, the rings begin to turn and it kind of floats from your hand as the light that was once a candle begins to glow brighter and brighter. And you see a beam of energy shoots through the roof and up into the sky. And the clouds, you can see up through the hole that's left in the roof, and you see the clouds there begin to part. And you can see that kind of begin to ripple off for as far as you can really see. Goes for like a 5 mile radius. And
Will this be the okay, sorry.
And you feel through the hole above you as these clouds part, you can feel the weather or the temperature around you slowly begin to rise over the next.
So is this sunshine?
You don't see any sunshine. There's still no sun, but you see a clear sky above you, and the clouds are gone. And over the next 10 minutes, you can feel the temperature, which was -20, I think, when you guys arrived here, begin to rise and rise and rise. And you can feel it's like spring in the air.
Yeah, Vodka looks up at the ceiling and sees a clear sky for the first time in what, years?
2 years, yeah. Well, not clear sky in 2 years, but the first time you felt the feeling of spring in 2 years. And you see, the spirits will see this and you say, Macretus is like, it worked! My God, it worked. You feel that summer air.
That wasn't surprised I hear in your voice, was it?
Oh, of course not. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I was just surprised that you were able to do it.
Well, good job, everyone.
And as kind of all three of you in the border ethereal can see kind of summer radiating out from this point, and it only goes for 5 miles, like but you guys begin to glow, and you feel the presence of some divinity. And
Monty's just like itching at it.
Like slapping like a
Get it out, get it
mosquito.
out, get it out, get it out.
and you hear this voice, this kind of heavenly voice, say, "For bringing the gift of summer to a small pocket in the Icewind, favor for you all. Return you to your material bodies." And Macretus is just like, "And you said Lathander wouldn't come through. You believe now, Monty? Do you believe now?"
I'm believing something right now. Yep. Oh, thank you, great and wonderful, Lathander.
And as you're saying that, Monty, you and your 3 companions are returned to your bodies at full health.
Are we naked?
That would be funny.
With all of our shit missing.
No, I like to think
Forever.
that yes, except for like my magical cloak.
Yeah, all your non-magical supplies burned away. No, you returned with everything because it would be very inconvenient not to be.
And Lythander doesn't have a sixth sense of humor.
Yeah, but as Vodka, as you see this happening, you're looking up at the sky. You can see and feel kind of summer. You hear the stirring around you as Monty, Calder, and Shaltari kind of rise from where their bodies laid. They are completely healed and intact, kind of coughing up ash.
Oh, Varga! How are you now?
And you hear the voice of Lathander kind of whispering through the material plane now, where you can all hear, and he says, "Thank you for returning a small bit of summer to this place. A small refuge in this bleak place. For your help, I believe a gift is in store. And each of you who helped rebuild the Summer Star and create this small little pocket of winter or summer will receive the Morning Lord's blessing." Which means every morning at dawn, you get 10 temporary hit points.
Sick.
Who counts as helping?
Yeah.
Intent. The intent. But yeah.
Oh,
Monty still just has a little itch.
Oh.
Yeah, as that happens, and there's that little pocket of summer. And Calder asks, "How are you now?" And for the first time in 2 years, and knowing that she had left her home and promised to bring the sun to Tarnak, a little tear rolls down Vodka's eye. And she just says, "I'm full of the dawn."
I don't know what that means, but it looks like you missed me.
And and Vodka kind of looks over at Elliot and shoves him into the suit on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys.
don't even know. I was sitting on the other side too.
But yeah,
Uh,
over the 10, like these, it only takes like 10 minutes, but the air here goes from 20 below to about 55.
My God.
And you can see the snow around you begins to melt. But
In the-
like I said, it's just for 5 miles in each direction. So like as you look across this
People are
large
gonna
gorge,
investigate.
across this large gorge, you can see a blizzard still raging.
in the other room, still curled up asleep on the werebear, Floof is dreaming about flowers in the meadow.
Aw.
Oh, Vodka's gonna come wake them up.
We have another friend here, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Where's Macreta? Where's,
Yeah.
As you look,
Macretus.
Macretus's body's still there.
what?
Unfortunately, you hear like Lathander says, unfortunately for my most devout of you, he was dead for too long. You had to have died within the last 24 hours. But do not worry.
Oh, that's good. It's not like anybody got distracted by anything while we were in there.
But don't worry, Macretus will return to the upper planes with me as a devout follower.
You have fun with that.
Well,
Vodka
You enjoy-
slyly a small guilty sliver, wishes she'd only asked for 2 friends to return, and leaves the room, and is going to go and gently rouse Floof awake.
well,
Floof makes like a little yawning noise.
Lathander will
like,
leave you,
pure
or you'll
comfort.
hear the last of his voice when he says, "Enjoy your brief summer."
Wait.
The magic in
Vodka-
the magic in the summer star is only strong enough to hold this against the Frostmadien for about a day.
Wait. Can you help us?
No more than I already have.
Vodka picks up Floof as they are yawning and stretching, and opens the door to green grass underneath the melting snow. A 55-degree day.
Where is
And-
fire?
The fire is gone, Floof. And look, and I'll point to the ground and just say that the grass always comes back. And so did our friends.
Ador.
I'm here, Floof.
Oh, good. I see now you.
I
You
see it.
you were not foreseeing.
I wee bit clumsy, I guess.
Yes. Do know how to hold tools.
Look, it's harder than you think.
Okay, we practice also. Why is so nice?
We got a little help.
Just for the aesthetics of it, because I think it'd be nice. You see the summer star does float up through that hole, and gives you a small sun for the time being.
Oh,
Wow.
just for the aesthetic, can Fiask be in a little puddle somewhere,
And he
floofing his feathers, chocobo
Excuse me.
style?
Yeah, you see Fiask is
Bird
out there
bathing.
stomping in the mud. Just
Not quite. Not quite it, but yeah, he's happy.
Wait, we did it. Son, come back.
Yep. Here's the 5 of us did this all.
For a little bit.
Little bit.
Vaka will scratch at Floof's ears and just say, "But now we know it can be done."
Okay. I jump off of you, and just go immediately splashing around every mud puddle. Just slushy, grassy mess.
Yeah, you see, as Floof jumps off of Oyame's lap, she kind of stands up and says, "Well, you know, there is a small swimming hole near here. Perhaps this weather, as it continues to get warmer, at least for the time being, might have melted the ice. It sure would feel
Ice?
good to get his fur wet. Take a
Is
proper
this gonna
bath.
be a beach episode?
Maybe next session.
It's actually
I ain't
just
been
a big-
skinny dipping in a while. but
It's
let's
actually
do
just a
this.
big ploy to get Floof a bath. The
Yeah.
desperately needed bath.
Yeah, slowly as it goes from 55 up to about 80.
Oh yeah, let's
Warm
do it.
summer
Find a
air.
swimming hole.
And Floof just gives you the muddiest grin of pure joy.
Yeah. So next, I think next session will be our long-awaited beach episode
Oh my.
Oh dear.
that you guys have been asking for.
The polar bear.
Polar bear
Part
plunges.
2.
We're gonna do polar bear plunges.
Yeah, I like how
Dude, polar plunges are baller.
everybody's expectations 80 degrees. Everyone thinks like, oh man, this water's gonna feel so good. No.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hot
Galaxy
spring
55
underneath.
is a
Look,
great-
I had to find a way to get a beach episode into the freaking frozen tundra. Let me have this, Og.
Yeah, Og.
Yeah,
Every-
Og.
Everybody wants Floof to
Yeah,
bathe.
can you see the chat's blown up right now? They all want it.
The chat also wants us to hug like all the time, and we're terrible about that.
I wish I had been looking at chat during this episode because I'm pretty sure everybody knew what was happening to Vaka before I did.
Now we can't wait for the first full moon.
It's always a full moon around here.
It's about to be. Monty yanks off his pants and goes running down to the watering hole.
Best post-credit scene of the campaign.
Monty, no, that's a thorn bush.
As Monty just jumps in the air like,
Like what?
freeze frame, fade to black.